Good morning. Hello. How are you guys? It is March 13th. It is 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm Rebecca Foster. I am going to be doing some psychic readings. I'm a clairvoyant, and I see dead people. I see dead animals. Well, we all see those, but they're spirits. I can talk to them. I can hear them. I can smell them if they want me to identify them with a smell. And if they produce a food, I can taste the food that they want me to acknowledge, maybe something that they were really good at baking. I do not go looking for the dead. I do not try to find them. If they want to talk to me or whoever I'm talking to, they come through on their own. I've learned the hard way that you do not find them. And I've been doing this for 32 years now. This year it'll be 32 years. Trying to think. So yeah, I'm a clairvoyant. I'm a medium. I can see your past lives if I'm shown them, your current situations. I can see the future. And let me put it this way, I am shown the way things can be in the future. Not so much the way they will be, possibly. It depends, because we have human will, we have free will, and we can alter and change things, and that is not like God's fault or Spirit's fault or anyone's fault. It's just that we choose our paths sometimes. And let me clarify this for the skeptics. Okay. So to go back a bit, before you're born, you sit down with God, with Spirit, and you write a contract about what you need to learn, what you want to learn, what you need to figure out in this next life. And he says, okay, this is what I agree. This is what you need to learn. This is what I want you to learn. This is what I want you to experience. And so we come down here, our memories are flushed, and we're only left with our guides to help guide us. Because otherwise we'd come down and we'd be like, okay, I'm supposed to do this, and check, I'm gonna go do that now. And we don't really learn, we don't build our character. And so, no, we don't remember why we're here. We are just asked to do it the best way that we can. So there is this kind of predestiny, and I want to say that lightly because it's basically just this is what I'd like you to go home and do today kind of a list. It's not something that is actually meant to happen. Like, okay, I really want to be a movie star. Great, let's put that on here. You want to be a movie star. You're going to work to be a movie star. Well, you may hit like 22 and go, this is too much work right now, and what's going on in the world, I'm more interested in that. And relationships or money or working or whatever your hang up might be. And all of a sudden, 10 years later, you're not a movie star. And you look back and think, what happened? Where did I go? Where did I do? And I've had people say, well, you told me that this was going to happen. Well, what did you do to screw that up? Because I sure as heck didn't lead your life for you. Also, like where health is concerned, I can do health scans and I can see what's going on with your health. And I can see what's wrong, what needs to be fixed. I can also see what could go wrong. And I can tell you that health, when that comes through, it is basically saying it's something like preventative. You need to go to a doctor, you need to get this checked, you need to have this looked at. If this is the way you're feeling, this is probably why, that sort of thing. I don't do any of this on my own. I am not magical and I'm not super special. I just have really awesome angels and guides, and I hear them and they mess with me and love me and joke around with me, and I have that like direct line to Spirit, and it's because I know it and I believe it that these awesome things happen. So let me flip my screen here and get to my dashboard. All right. So I'm going to, I just want to show you guys this because I don't know how many people know, but I did write this book, and it's called The Beaches. A Journey of Answers. And inside of it, it basically explains how I got started doing what I'm doing. And it explains how I do what I do and why I do it. And the purpose behind this book was not to, let me just explain. The purpose behind the book was to help people who are going through similar things that I went through. As a teenager and as a child, maybe they're going through them right now, and it helps people to see, okay, I understand this because this is what I'm going through. I'm not crazy. I don't belong in a straitjacket. To help people get understanding behind what is happening spiritually. So that was that. And then one thing before I read for people, before I sat down today, I asked, what am I supposed to talk about? What do you want me to bring up that you feel is important to maybe someone who's going to watch this or listen to this? And I was told to read something, one of my favorite things. And basically, I'm just going to read it and then I'll tell you what it is. There's a couple of things out of it. The end of all things is near. Therefore be alert and of sober mind so that you may pray. Above all, love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins. Super important. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. Do things without bitching and moaning, is what that says. Each of you use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. If you've got a talent for something, you should be using it. And the reason, I guess, that part of why I'm supposed to tell you that today is because someone is going to be listening who's going to be all high and mighty. And the words to love one another above all other things, that's a huge lesson. And also that this that I have is a gift. It is something that was given to me. I may have asked for it. I probably did. And I received it. And I use it to help others and to bring them comfort and peace of mind and direction, ultimately to lead people to a higher spirit rather than me. This is from 1 Peter chapter 4. And 1 Peter chapter 4 saved my life. It basically saved my life. And when I was at the end of my rope and I looked up and I said, if you want me to stick around, you better show me something because I'm pretty much done here. And I held open a Bible. Well, I held it closed and I let it fall open and it fell open to 1 Peter. And I recommend anybody who is going through a really tough time and feeling really, really alone that you read it. Because if nothing else, it will just make sense to you. And don't get like some hoity-toity version that you can't understand. Get something like a new version that gives you some basic English that you can look at that and go, oh, okay, I get it. You don't have to interpret it. This was really important. And there was another part of it that really helped me, that said, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal that has come on you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice inasmuch as you participate in the sufferings of Christ, so that you may be overjoyed when his glory is revealed. I know a lot of people don't believe in Christ. There's a lot of religions that don't believe that Christ, that it's a different, you just can't look at that. You have to look in the fact that don't be surprised at what's happening to you, that you're not the only one who's suffering. There are others. And you have to figure out what it is that's going on in your life. So that was the message that I was supposed to give, that even if you don't believe in God, even if you don't believe in Christ or worship either, if you are just a spiritual person, it is a great chapter to just read, and it's very quick. Okay, so let me take a peek here let me get onto my If I can get it open. There we go. All right. Hello, Patty. Hello, Susie. Hello, Virginia. Whoop, whoop. All right. So let's take a peek at what's going on. I can always count on you guys, and I'm pretty sure someone else is going to show up too, but I won't say her name. I won't say her name. It starts with an A, but I won't say her name. Because I just know it. Okay. So let's see what is happening with you guys. So Virginia, I'm going to start with you because your mama is on here every week, okay? Patty. So Virginia, I haven't read for you in a very, very, very long time. So let's just see what's going on with you. Okay, let me find your energy real fast. And where is Virginia? Ooh, I see you. What are you doing? Okay, so Virginia, what you are doing is you are in a pair of really tight jeans, high tops, and I can only see you from the waist down. I can hear you, but I can really only, the focus is on the jeans and the shoes. You're climbing the side of a mountain, and seriously, it's like this. It's a huge incline. And every time you put your foot in, it kind of sinks into the mountain and then falls. So there's nothing for you to get any footing. There's nothing for you. It's like super soft material. Exhausting, as if you were to be on some marshmallowy sandy dune, if you could just imagine. And you're kind of grunting, and you're frustrated, and your hair is in your face, and it's like you're getting it. Every small step you take is a lot of energy and a lot of exertion. Now, mountains, if you look at them from a distance, I look at them, and the symbolism to that is that you have something to overcome. You have to overcome something. And sometimes they look really big and they're really, really small. And sometimes they look like what you are climbing. All right, so the fact that you're wearing these high tops, they're cute. I mean, it's a cute outfit. I love the clothes that your guides show me, that everybody's guides show me. But they're high tops. So there is this thing going on that is basically you saying you are feeling held back, that you are feeling that you have reached as far as you can go where you are at this point, that there is no movement forward. And you've got them they're up like high on your ankle, and they're tight. Gosh, they're really restrictive. That's the right word for that. And you have to think of who the because is in the sentence. I'd love to do that. I really want to do that, but I can't because. You have to figure out, and it says more of a who than a what. And it may simply be the feeling that you have to take care of someone, or that you, in choosing otherwise, are taking care of somebody's being and health, of their happiness. You have to figure out, is it worth that? Is it worth it to that? Is the person strong enough to handle you saying, I'm going to go do this? That kind of a thing. And then the pants, holy criminally, they are skin tight, so they're skinnier than skin tight. They are squeezing you skin tight. This is your own personal fear holding you back. This is your lack of self-confidence that is holding you back. It's not even it could be, but it's more of a lack of belief in self. All right. Those two things coupled are what are weighing you down. Like the mountain is not the problem. It's the perception of these two ideas put together, and then all of a sudden it's the mountain. It's not the mountain. Because there's people, if I back up, there's people going up the mountain like shoo, shoo. There's people sitting, some are, having trouble, but some are climbing the mountain very swiftly. So this is a self-perception. This is a perception that you carry that you need to get rid of and remove and look up and have hope and only go for the positives. I can't stress that enough to people. So this is important. So I'm going to pick you up and take you off the mountain real quick. It's funny because when I did that, you turned it like shy. When I picked you up off the mountain, you got like a little girl, like shy, like you don't know what to do. It's funny. You become an introvert, like really introverted all of a sudden. Interesting. And I'm moving you to see where the other places that you react. You really want to climb that mountain. You really want to get over it. So in order for you to positively grow, you're going to have to remove someone from your situation, at least third viewpoint and perspective. You're going to have to remove that. And you're also going to have to believe within yourself that you are able to succeed. Looking all around, I try to pick you up and put you by the house area, the house which represents you specifically, like you're the house. You've got a garden full of, like a wheelbarrow full of seeds and water and planting materials, but it's just sitting there. The house is you, but when I watch you get near it, you're like, no, not right now. I don't want to deal with this right now. That's interesting because you even close the door. Like you don't even want me in the house. So there is also what's going on here is you're afraid. It comes down to you being afraid. You are afraid of succeeding, of moving forward, of moving away from home, of whatever the case may be. There's fear. And you don't want to deal with it right now. It's not something you want to deal with. You don't even, and the wheelbarrow full of seeds and ready to plant. This is basically God saying, this is Spirit saying, I have a lot for you to do, and you're going to need my help to get it done. And you're like, well, I am not planting that right now. I don't even have the desire or the time to do that. So you're being called on to do a lot here on earth, and you're not focusing on that for whatever reason. And I'm looking like, what is she focusing on? Where is she? Like, what is she doing? And it looks like you're like playing like this, like you're looking at your hair. Like, as I look for you, it looks like you have your hair down and you're like playing with your hair. So there is this whole facing what is coming your direction and then not being afraid to do it. That's your message. I mean, that's your homework. That's what you got to do, girl. In Z formation. Okay, so Patty, I'm gonna take a peek at I want to look at you, and I'm going to look at Kevin through you too. I see you like on an earthly path. I see you walking down a street. And I don't see anything on either side of me. And it looks like you are I'm glad it makes sense, Virginia. It looks like you are holding Kevin's arm as he's walking. And you keep going, well, how about this? You want to do that? And he's going, no. And you say, well, what about over here? Look at that. That looks so much fun. No. This looks good. You want to try this? This looks like you might enjoy eating this. No. So basically it's self-explanatory. There really is there's not that much symbolism here. The simple fact that you're walking this path, there's nowhere I'm looking on either side to sit down. So this is representing being tired. It's representing maybe even mental exhaustion. It also shows that regardless of what you try to do to help, it's not helping. So there's a feeling of helplessness as well. And everything that you bring up, it's funny because the sides of this path are black and the path is like a light gray. And then the food that they're showing are bright yellows and oranges and like mangoes and bananas. So all of these different colors and fun things, they're all in color. Green books and food and he's not wanting any of it. So what this is saying, and I do not see death in any form. I don't look for it. So I don't ask for it. I'm not shown it. It's not something that I am supposed to know. That's not my business. So let's just get that out of the whole equation. What it does show me, though, is that he, at the same time that you are trying to uplift him or bring things to him, that he is also feeling defeated and worn and tired and worried and nostalgic and sad and all of these emotions all at the same time. And they're weighing him down, like he's more hunching over from the weight of this on his back, whereas you're trying to help him on the path. And I don't see anything that says, bye, Kevin, see you later, you're on your way out. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I see him walking, and the thoughts are what are weighing him down. It's not the actual presence, the actuality, the reality is not there. It's the thought of what is actually going on, which isn't. So he needs to get outside of his head. He needs to get out of his own head. And he needs to look at, like, I'm here, I'm right here, I have energy, I'm gonna go do this. He needs to live right now in the moment and stop living in the what ifs and the possibilities, because they're just a huge waste of time. And that's for you. It's very important. Very important. This is recorded, so make sure that Kevin sees it, because he's not dead. So I would think that he would be doing everything that he possibly could to live. Okay. So Susan, all right. Let's take a peek at you. What's going on with Susan? I have to wash Patty off. She's clinging to me right now. She's like, hang on, Rebecca, hold on. And I'm kind of like, no, let go, Patty, let go. I'm just kidding. I would never smack your fingers with my hand. I'd be like, I use a spatula or like something like that. No. I'm just kidding. Okay, so Susie, let's take a peek at you. All right. I just have to wash Patty off. Patty's hanging on, but it's all good. All right, Susan. Where is Susan? You know what? Also, doing these readings in my house, just so I can clear Patty's energy. I usually do not do readings in my house. I go out in the garage or I go outside, and not thinking I started doing these at the table, and now I have things in my house, which is awesome. They like tap on the windows, they play with things in the bathroom upstairs. I've seen them walking across the ceiling, and yeah, just dawned on me while I was doing this that I am opening doors. So totally forgot about it, my whole process. So I'm just looking, and I've saw something with Susie, and I want to make sure that that's what I was seeing. But it almost looks like you are on a floating, not even floating. It looks like there's a bridge that has sunk to the bottom of a creek. So just the top of the arch is showing. I will tell you, I've never seen that before. You are the first. And what it means is that, okay, so when my guides show me a bridge, it means that somebody would be leaving a comfortable area and going to an area that they've never endeavored before. It can be scary. It means that you're moving through a difficult process. You're transitioning. There's a lot that could be happening here. It could be work. It could be personal. It could be a relationship. It just depends. And it's really a beautiful scene. It's like very sparkly. It's stone. There's a lot of like granite looking, rough granite, blacks and grays and shiny little speckles of white. So this is, and the side that you're on right now would be more like grass, almost after a rain, so it's kind of mushy. That means that where you are currently standing might be a little insecure or uncomfortable, knowing that you are in need of change. And that could be the theme of the day, because I think I'm there too, kind of looking at that. Not the same place, different situation, but in need of massive change. Like wine glasses and then hiding out maybe in the kids' playhouse for a day and then not telling them I'm out there and just like pretending to have run away, clear my head. It'd be awesome. With wine, of course. But you have this bridge that is very strong. Like I said, at the top of it looks like a granite, like a rough granite. And you are in high heels. And you would really have to get to it. It's like right in the center. You would have to jump from where you're at to this stone in your heels. And then try to make it from a lower point to a higher point that's quite a distance away in heels. That's really, really cool. All the different symbolisms put in here. So basically, before you make this jump, you have to take these shoes off. And they're beautiful shoes. They're high strappy heels, like around the ankle, and they just a little bit over the toe. They're really cool. They're perfect for like a summer dinner. They're really pretty. And seriously, I need to get somebody who can draw and then go in with me on a fashion line, because these clothes, I would wear all of them. They're so cool. Well, most of them, unless some people are wearing a burlap sack. I don't want to wear a burlap sack, but okay. You have to get the shoes off. So the shoes, or regardless of how beautiful they are, represent being held back. This, it's external. Person or situation feels more like a situation, not so much a person. You have to take the shoes off. So that means that somehow or another you have to close the door on a situation that you feel are holding you back or is holding you back. You have to say, look, I can't do this situation anymore. I can't live with this situation. Whatever it is, you have to close the door on that. And then the bridge that's there is not wooden. It's not crumbling. It's a piece of granite that Oh, and let me point this out. The bridge that used to span point A to point B is in the water. So at some point previously, you would have had an opportunity or a chance to cross and walk over the whole thing. But for whatever reason now, it's been made more difficult for you. So let's say, for instance, a person who, this may not be your situation, but let's say a couple that are in a bad relationship, the woman wants to leave. She has the ability to go, but she doesn't because she's afraid financially, or she's afraid that people are going to look at her badly, so she stays. Then she has a child. There goes the bridge. Now the bridge is in the water. She knows now that she has to go because it's an abusive relationship, and she should have left when she had the chance, but now she's got to jump from point A to point B by hitting the bridge in the middle that's in the water, that possibly she could fall in and get wet. And when you get wet, when you're in the water, you are feeling engulfed in problems. So there could be a major fear here. That's the point I'm trying to make. So at some point, you would have had an opportunity to leave this situation, but you chose to stay for whatever reason, or stick it out, figure the situation out. And now the situation has been made more difficult to cross, with the possibility that if you do cross, which you probably have to because it's there. I mean, the other side, the other side is going to haunt you forever. It's always going to be there. So you're either going to regret a lot by not crossing, or you're going to chance of closing this door, getting a little wet, and getting dirty trying to cross, which means whatever you do at this point is going to take a lot of determination, perseverance, hope, and love of self. But it's all worth it. All worth it. It's a good thing. It's a positive thing, and it's all worth it. Now, if it were bad, I'd be going, girl, you're not crossing that water. You're going to stay on the side. Okay, I would tell you right now, you're not crossing that water. But I don't even see another place for you to get across. This is the way you got to do it. If you're going to do it, you got to go through some hell to get to the other side. And it's all worth it. Character building. Hey, that was something in my book. Hold on a second. See, this is what I'm telling you, you guys. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see where that is. Maybe it was in here. Hold on a second. I got to show you something. That is so weird. They just reminded me of that. Let me find it. Hold on, everybody. Just be a little patient now. Hang on to your pantyhose. Where did I read that? I thought maybe it was here. Maybe it was in my book. Hold on. Where the heck did I see it? I know, I just saw it. And what I just said, okay, here. This is what I saw. Not only so, but we also rejoice in our sufferings. Rejoice in this, okay, Susan? Because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not disappoint us. What the heck? See how awesome that is? And then people wonder if I actually do this for God, or if I'm the child of the devil, spawn of Satan. Okay, my guides and my angels would not be pulling stuff out of the Bible if I were the spawn of Satan. So can we just please get an amen? Amen. All right, because my guides are awesome. Oh, and you want to know what that, hold on. Let me see. That was, I think, I'll tell you where that was. That was Romans chapter 5, verse 3 through 5. In case you were wondering, Susan, maybe there's more for you there. Yes, amen. Whoop, whoop. I know, that's pretty awesome stuff. I love that. See, I love it when my guides give me that little bit of confirmation, not only to witness, for me that I am not a crazy person, but also to just keep people calm. I should get one of those shirts, that says "Stay calm. I'm not the devil's daughter" or something. I should get a shirt that says that. I could make one of those. I'm not the spawn of Satan. Keep calm. Not the spawn of Satan. What are you gonna do? But I am. I've been saved several times from, and what I mean by saved is not that I walk around preaching to people. What I mean is that I was saved from not being here. And I have some vigilant guides. And Susan, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Fear is not of God. Inspiration is. If you are hearing inspiration and then you're going, no, but, that is you listening to a darker angel. Oh my God, my dog just gave me a heart attack. She just choked and scared the hell out of me. That was the weirdest sound ever. But yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. Just basically, I was talking about spirit, wasn't I? I have no clue. They pull me off on my things. I just go where they tell me to go. But you need to, what I was saying is I have a lot of people who find out what I do. And my husband says, don't tell people what you do. We don't want crosses burning in the front yard. And the people at my church, I haven't been in a very long time. They switched the times of service and I just can't do the second service. But anyway, they know what I do. They accept it. But I am a complete believer, and they always do try to save me. Like you need to meet Christ. You need to be saved. You need to, no, really, you know what? Jesus is my homeboy. He's my best friend. Like, I sit on his lap every night. I don't know what you do, but I tell him what I've done wrong. I tell him my problems. And that's what people need to understand is you don't have to go to church every Sunday. You don't have to be a holy roller to have a relationship, an intimate relationship with both God and Christ. Or maybe you don't subscribe to Christianity. Maybe you have another religion that you believe in, and that's great. Buddha, Allah, maybe Judaism. And so you're looking to spirit. And when I say spirit, it's for all of us. It's the same spirit. If I read for a Jewish person or a Muslim, if I read for a Buddhist or a Hindu, if I read for anybody, it's the same spirit. I'm never like, oh, wait, I can't understand your God at all. So sorry, you're out of luck today. He doesn't love you. It's not like that. When I read for people, it's the same spirit that I communicate with. And it's language I understand. The only time that a language is not something I understand is if a human energy is trying to convey a message. They want me to acknowledge that they're Italian and they're straight Sicilian and they never spoke a lick of English, or that they have an Irish brogue and they don't, and that's what they want me to share, that kind of thing. If they're Russian, if they have an accent, they want me to convey a personal description. But I don't even know. Seriously, people just need to understand that religion has nothing to do with what I do. Religion, in the fact that I can pull from a lot of different religions what I do, because the characters from each religion as they are described are the same across the board. I don't know any way to explain it. It's just that they're interpreted and identified differently throughout different religious bases. But I can read for anyone based on their God. So you don't have to go to church. You don't have to be a religious zealot to have a relationship with God. And you can actually talk to dead people, because most people do and they don't realize it. Susan, you know, I see your message here, and I don't see at least I didn't see him come through for your thing, because it looks like a lot of what is coming through for you from your guides, who have a stronger energy right now than he does. Looks like because they're banding together. But I did not see him come through. It looks like what you are supposed to be focusing on is getting across this point, and I just want to hear that in a second. It almost sounded like, focusing on you, there are different planes of where I can see people, either right in front of me, or if they're in a spiritual plane and I can see them there, or when I'm reading for someone like this, remotely, and I do remote viewing. It almost sounded like from where you're sitting, and I don't even know if you're home because I don't see you in the house, but from the living room, it almost sounded like I heard someone in the bedroom say, "Hey honey, where's my shoes? Which tie should I wear?" It's almost like I heard somebody yelling, "Where is my shoes?" Interesting. But I don't hear you responding. So I don't know if you're home. I don't hear anything else. I mean, I might hear a dog walking around. Do you have a dog, Susan? Do you have a dog with like a couple of clanky things on their neck? Susan, do you have anything with like a dog with like multiple tags around their collar or something that would tingle or tingle when they're walking? I'm just waiting for Susan to respond. It almost sounds like a wind chime kind of a thing, but it's on a dog collar. I would have to liken it to that. Okay. Have the dogs responded at all towards the bedroom recently? Like, did they get up and go that direction towards? Because it sounds like the dogs would have heard something, and that's the only thing that I can hear is the yell, and then the dogs get up and move. So have the dogs responded to anything in the last couple of minutes? Have the dog, and the bird is playing the bell right now. Interesting. All right. I think the reason I can't see your husband on in the spiritual plane is because he's with you there. And I can only pick up and hear what is happening around you remotely. So if you want, talk to your husband there. Yeah, because it sounds like that's where he's at. And the dogs didn't respond, but it's the bell, the bird's bell that I'm hearing. Interesting. Susan, do this. Yell to your husband and just say, "Hey, honey, call the dogs." Call the dogs and see if they get up and react to it if they can hear him. Okay. Hi, Anna. How are you? There's my A. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Nicole. And Nicole, I think I'll read for you. I haven't read for you, and we'll see what comes through with that. All right. Let's take a peek and find Nicole's energy. Oh, my back just cracked all the way down. Nicole, let's take I'm washing everybody else's energies off. Wait, Susan, hold on, Nicole. Susan, after you told your husband that, they barked? That is awesome. Well, he's obviously there with you. He's not in a place I can see him. He's with you. So go have a talk with your husband. That's pretty cool. I wish we could keep the chat. Like, I wish it would save to the video, but it doesn't. And it is just really cool that, you know, you're doing this in real time along with the video as well. But yeah, I wish we could save it. You'll have to put a post somewhere, like comment or something about what happened today, because that was really, really cool. Okay, so Nicole, for you, what is going on? It looks like you are, the first thing your guides are showing me is that you are climbing. You are in a convertible. It's kind of misty and foggy out. There's like a huge bridge, like a London bridge. It actually looks like London, actually. And you've got a scarf around your neck, and you've got the top down, and you are, I love you too, Susan, you're very welcome. You got your arm here, and you're driving your car, and you're like, you're taking in all of the smells, and it's not that bright out. It's kind of misty, foggy, so it's a little dark. And I can see you, like if I pull back from the scene, I can see you about 3/4 of the way across this bridge. Now, first off, this convertible, this car represents freedom, the need for freedom, the desire for freedom. And it also represents new business ventures and financial opportunities coming your way. So what you need to pay attention to is new things that are opening up to you, inspirations, so to speak, opportunities that will bring you a new income or an additional income. They allow you more freedoms. Also, I see a baby around you. So either you're pregnant now or you will be. I see 2 children around you. This is a strong girl vibe. Yay! Whoop whoop! And she's pregnant. Do you know what it is? Because I just told you. I didn't mean to, if you didn't want to know. And I'm looking to see, and you already have 2 children. Yay! What's up? Thank you, angels. I have to tell you this. This is a girl that's coming through, but you're going to have another child after that, which will be a boy. The girl is bigger than the little boy is behind her, so this must be girl, and then another child will be a boy. It's very cool. It's very cool. So you it's funny because it looks like you kind of get hit with a whole bunch, like I was going to say pregnancy at the same time with these new opportunities. So you're going to have a lot on your plate, and I don't see you having an issue dealing with it or having or getting through anything. It looks like if you can just manage time constraints, that you'll be fine and you'll be able to bring these new opportunities. It almost looks like you may get some extra help, or bring in extra help, extra people to help you. And this looks like it's business related, not baby or career related. Pulling back and just taking a look at where you are on your beach. I'm looking, Sue, to see, does Hunter have anything to do now with the babies, like in passing? And the little girl looks like she'll have some kind of a kiss mark from him. So it would be a small spot on the skin, a darker spot, not a mark from birthing, but something that will be around after that, and then, or something that will just be a part of her skin's makeup. So usually those are from like shoulders up or around the thigh area. For whatever reason, I don't know, but you'll see those marks. Now the little boy looks like Hunter deals with him on like sports and baseball, specifically baseball, or it looks like he's like schooling him, like they hang out, and the little boy looks like he may actually be like previous family. So those two would be hanging out, and since the little girl's probably not up there anymore, is why I'm seeing those two hanging out. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. So that is for you. Yay. That's so cool. I love that. I love that. Especially doing this live so people are able to give me, that feedback, which is so cool. And I've got a couple minutes left. So you're welcome, Nicole. You're welcome. Brianne. Let's take a peek at Brianne here. Brianne, where are you? Okay, so you're on your beach, which is good. You're grounded, safe, secure. And you have a basket. You're barefoot. You're in a long skirt, little apron. Love you too, Anna. Kind of look like Belle, from Beauty and the Beast. Kind of like that kind of an outfit, just different colors. It's different material. It's very pretty. Barefoot. And you have a basket of like rose petals, flower petals, and you're throwing them out into the water, and the water brings them in, and then they go out, and you throw them out. And it's really nice. I've never seen that before. It's really cool. So first off, you're on your beach, so you're good, you're safe, you're secure. Anything from your past you can rely on right now to help guide you in your future decisions. You're barefoot, so nothing is holding you back externally right now. Nobody is telling you what you can or can't do. No situation's holding you back. It's really a good time to follow through with your inspirations. And then you've got this basket of petals. Now, flowers represent a person's ability to give of themselves. And the petals, there's roses, there's little white petals, you're throwing them into the water. Water is a problem for some people. For everybody, actually. It represents difficulty. You are throwing out rose petals, which represent beauty and courage, strength, determination, perseverance. That's weird. They've themed my reading for the day. And the white ones are indicative of spiritual guidance, friendship. And you're putting these in the water. They're not for you. They're for others. And what you're doing is you're saying, as crappy as it may be, there's always someone here. You're offering yourself in different ways to help and guide people. So regardless of your job position, I would say that right now you would be a counselor to some, a guide to others, a healer yet to others. And that is kind of what is happening around you right now, this role. So don't get confused when the life path is doing this, and then all of these other things blossom up that say, but I need help, and this is where you need to be in this. Because all these things that you're doing where helping others is concerned, that is a bonus. That's like, you don't have to change your life direction in order to do all of these other things. Those that energy not only comes from you, but it comes from spirit. And so when you are in the next month, I want to say month and a half, when you're feeling like, oh my God, I can't even do this. I'm exhausted. I don't even want to continue. I need some strength because I'm about to buckle. That's what you have to do, is you have to look up and ask for more strength, because there are things that you're going to have to do where it comes to helping and guiding other people on top of your regular path. So that is for you. And then Jackie, I will end with you because I think you're the last one there that's new. All right. Jackie, let's see what's happening with you. And your soaps are on the way. I did stick those in the mail. Jackie, bo backy, banana, fana, fo facky. Where are you? You look like you are carrying a really heavy bag. Got kids in your arms, backpack, sack over your back. I mean, it looks like you are walking and carrying a lot. Where are you walking? What are you doing? You look as exhausted as you should be. You look like you're like, I am going to get there. I'm going to do this. I'm doing it. My legs are giving in. I'm going to do this. It's interesting. You know how hard it is, like when you're wearing sandals to walk through the sand and you put your foot down and it, you take your steps and it slips behind you. And it's always a little more difficult to walk in sand, especially with shoes like flip-flops. Not so much barefoot or gym shoes, but flip-flops. It's hard. There is this difficulty in the way that you're walking. I'm trying to think, where do I put you? If I pick you up and I put you down somewhere, pick you up and put you down. I can't, and it's funny because anywhere comfortable, you don't want me to put you down. But you will let me put you down in front of the forest. So the forest represents a person going through something alone, feeling like they're going through something alone, trying to discover themselves. It's a peaceful place. It's a place that may look scary from the outside, but it can really answer your questions. It can give you comfort. And when I set you down there, you put kids, bags, everything comes off, like all the weight comes off, and you're like, stay here. So, you head in, you just put everything down, and you're like, and you longingly, like the look on your face, you just kind of walk into the forest, and it's just dark, and the sunlight, if you can imagine the canopy of the trees, the path is narrow and the canopy lets in just enough light, but the light is green from the color of the leaves, and so it's this really cool place. And you look like you're just like, oh my God, thank God. All right. And this to you, you've already been here. You've already done a really difficult walk. And going back in, you're like, oh, you can finally exhale. You're like, oh, you just want to, you can melt here. So what this is saying is that a previous experience that you have gone through that would have been very difficult and lonely will be the foundation of lesson for this current experience. To know that I did it once, I can do this again, I am strong enough, I am good, I'm okay. And so you are to rely on your previous lessons and not fall apart. That's pretty much what your lesson is here. Hi, Lisa. Yes, I am. I'm totally done right now. I've got a stack of work I have to do that I don't want to do. But yeah, so finishing Jackie, it's basically saying, pull up your sleeves, put your hair in a bandana, and like, show your muscles and pile through this and get it over with. And I think that's good advice for anybody, but for you, that's your message. So yeah, golly gee, perfect timing. Well, thanks for joining me today, guys. I do appreciate it. It was fun. I'm glad that we had a little bit of spiritual guidance in the way of the direction that the readings went today. And I think that everything happens for a reason. So again, thanks for listening. And I will get on Lisa. Connections for what? Lisa, what are you talking about? Are you talking about from like through Kim connections? If that's the case, then you're welcome, Anna. You guys are all welcome. I'm assuming your connections through. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. Sounds good. All right. Excellent. So I will be back on again. I'm not sure when. My next couple of weeks are pretty jam-packed. So I will get on as soon as I can. But you guys make sure you subscribe here so you're updated. And then I do on Twitter as well. It's _ Rebecca Foster. I do a daily reading for people on there via recording as well. So anybody who follows me on that, I will do daily readings for. And then there's my Facebook page too, which is facebook.com/God's Reader. So I will talk to you all very soon. And thanks a lot for joining me today. And it's always a good time. Take care. God bless.